Hello, good evening everyone. Am I audible, guys? Hi, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. So guys, welcome back. Welcome to this session. That is amazing session where we are going to discuss about the placements in IITs and why we are going to discuss some of very important reasons why the placement in IITs are also very low. Okay, so I hope everybody has come. Have all of you joined? Okay. So guys, welcome back to this session where we are going to discuss about why the placement or the jobs that you get through IIT, that is also not very lucrative. Okay, or in fact the jobs that you get, they are of very less package, somewhere around 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs. That is not a very huge package if you think of. So if you see IIT or IISc Bangalore, they are known for the research, but still lot of students, they don't get placements even in IITs. And also I have seen that few students, they don't even get the placement in IISc Bangalore as well. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the main reason, and we are going to see what are some of the qualities that are actually required for getting a good placement. Okay, so I hope everybody is here. So guys, before we start, I am going to give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Vinod Kumar Dattusalia. I am All India Rank 1 in GATE in Mechanical 2013, Rank 4 and 77 in Engineering Services exam. I have got the highest marks in interview as well in Engineering Services exam. I have done my MTech from IISc Bangalore, and I have industry experience of more than 10 years. Okay, so guys, before going for this session, I just want you to know that what are actually companies they want from an engineer when they come for hiring. Okay, when a company is there, let's say you have multinational companies, any company that you can think of, Airbus or let's say Mahindra and Mahindra, Tata. When these people, when they come to the college for placement, what do they have in their mind? When they go to IIT, what do they mean when they say they are going to IIT for getting a person of the level of MTech? Okay, so what they actually need or what they think which should be there in a student. So when we talk about what the companies want, then when they go for the placements, the first thing actually they want is the knowledge. They know that the people, those who are working or those who are doing MTech from IIT or from IISc Bangalore, they have come through GATE, they have cracked one of the toughest exams, they are the cream of country, they are the top 500 engineers, those who are there in that year. Let's say there are 10 lakh engineers, every year 10 lakh engineers are passing. Okay, so out of those 10 lakh engineers, they are the top 500 people. So they know that those people who are doing MTech from IISc Bangalore or IITs, they are highly knowledgeable. So the first reason why they come to IITs is the knowledge, because they know that these people are the smartest people they can think of or the best engineers they can get. Okay, so that is the reason why they are coming to these IITs. What else? What else do these people think of when they go to IIT or when they go for placement? The second thing the person who's going for placement wants out of you is the presentation skills. When I say presentation skill, what does this mean? If you see the two pictures, if I want to give the weightage to both of these, you will see that most of the engineers, they lack this. Most of the engineers, they are very good at this, but your knowledge is completely waste. It is completely waste if you cannot sell your knowledge, if you cannot present well to the people, those who are sitting out there. See, these are companies, these are businesses. They have to earn the money, and for earning the money, you have to sell a product. And to sell a product, you have to design a product that can be sellable. So these people, they actually design a product that is sellable. But engineers, they should also be able to sell their product. The product is designed, that is very good project, a very good product. But if you are not able to sell that product, it is of no use. So the second most important thing that these people want out of you is the presentation skill. Whatever the knowledge that you have, can you tell it to others? What is the knowledge that you are having? Can you show it to all the people, those who are sitting out there? Can you influence them saying that this is one of the best thing I have designed and this is going to help a lot of people? So the second most important quality that these people are thinking or these are expecting out of you is to present yourself. When I say you have to present yourself, that means whatever the way of communication that you are doing, you should be good at that. Let's say they are asking you a question. If they are asking you a question, you have to give a clear answer to that. Either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. If you know the answer, tell them correctly. If you don't know the answer, leave it. Sir, I don't know. But you should not tell something which they don't even understand. They get confused. And then they will think that this person, the salary that we are going to offer to that person will be a complete waste. So they don't hire you. The main reason why people get rejected in the interviews is the presentation skills. You don't know how to present the things. Okay, I'll get back to this. What is the level of engineers that we will discuss later. Okay, so this is the second thing that actually companies expect out of you. When we talk about the next important thing is opportunistic or futuristic mindset. What is the mindset that you carry? When they hire a person, they want to hire him for next 30 years. If you are going to be staying in the company for next 30 years, if you are spending your 30 years in that company, to what heights you can take that company to? That is what they also want. Whether you have a futuristic mindset or not, whether you will be designing the things which will be required after 30 years, because these companies, they run on businesses that are not going to make profit today. They will make the profit after 10 years. They will make the profit after 20 years. Whatever the product that you design today, that product is going to be in the market after 10 years. So whether you can think of a product that will be in use after 10 years, whether you have that mindset or not. Now everybody knows, see, if I give you a very, very small example, everybody knows that electric is going to rule the world. Understand? IC engines are going to be obsolete, electric vehicles will come. Have anybody thought of that when these electric vehicles will come up, what are the ancillaries that you will require? What are the different things that you will require to run that vehicle? Have anybody thought of that should I start a manufacturing facility that manufactures the batteries now? Because the cars would be in maximum demand after 10 years. If I don't start making batteries now, after 20 years or after 10 years, I will be nowhere. So you have to have that futuristic mindset. Understand? A country always progresses, or it always strives when the people, those who are sitting at the center, they think what you have to be provided. Imagine that Ambani's in 1990s, they thought that everybody should be using the phone in India after 10 years. And that is the reason why they introduced mobile phones in Indian market in 2000, around 2000. And now you see that after 15 years, what is happening? Jio is earning the maximum profit, or you can say Airtel is earning the maximum profit. Why? Because these people have thought of this in 1990s. They have laid their lines and they have done everything that is possible to introduce a market or to have a market that is conducive for that product. Understanding? So they have thought about it. So the third requirement is you should have a futuristic mindset. You should think what are the opportunities that can come after 20 years, and you should think in that line. Then only you will be able to develop a product that will be something that will be of very useful or extremely useful to the society. If you make that product, the product is going to be sold very easily. And if the product is going to be sold very easily, your company will make profit and you will get your salary. So this is the third important thing which you don't even think. How many of you have thought that after 20 years, what product you will require? I think lot of you people might have even thought that, okay, after 20 years, I will have a Mercedes car. But do you really think after 20 years, Mercedes will be required? Or there will be some other car that will be coming up. After 20 years, it is very likely possible that people will be flying with the taxis. Not even car. Cars would be obsolete. Everything would be flying taxi. Everything would be drones. Have you ever thought of that? So this is the mindset that is actually required. Okay. So this is the third thing. And the next important thing is proficiency in softwares or the tools which are actually used in modern days. So you are going to be, or you are hired as an engineer, you are going to design things, you are going to develop the components. So you will require a lot of tools. Tools like MATLAB. You require some programming language as well. So you should have some programming basic knowledge of C or some other language, Fortran, whatever the language is there. You should have some basic knowledge of that. You should know the softwares like MATLAB, ANSYS, or other software, CATIA, NX, UZ. These softwares, these also are required. So when the companies, they come for placement, if somebody is having a good knowledge on these softwares, he will be picked first. Okay, so these are the basically 4 things which are actually required. Apart from that, you have few other things that I will come later. Okay, so these are the basic 4 things that are actually required. Now think, how many of you have thought about these 4 things? When a person goes to IIT, he only thinks is he is carrying the knowledge. He will study very hard, he will get very good grades, and then he will be placed in the best companies. I will tell you my experience. When I was in IISc Bangalore, we had a person who was the first ranker in all the 4 semesters, and he had out of out in all the subjects. He was the first ranker. Can you believe he was rejected by 7 companies? There were total 8 companies that visited my campus in that year, and he was rejected by 7 companies. He was selected in the last, and that last company is DRDO. Excellent person, excellent knowledge. Nobody could match his knowledge. But he lacked the most important quality. He could not present himself. He could not explain. Whatever the knowledge he had, he could not explain it to anybody, like why this formula will be like this. Excellent knowledge. He knew that this formula would be developed like this. There will be some effect of this. There will be some effect of this. But very poor in communication. He could not speak 5 sentences which can explain himself. And that is the reason why 7 private companies, they rejected him. Only DRDO selected. Imagine this is what is the state of IITs or IIScs. And that is the reason why most of the students, when you go for placements, you don't get placed. Because you have the knowledge, but you cannot explain yourself. This is again very important characteristic required. Sir, is it possible to crack ESE along with GATE? Yes, it is possible. The syllabus is same, so why you think that it cannot be done? Okay, so now let's go back, and these let's say these are the 4 characteristics which are required by the companies. Now we will see where do we actually stand, or what is the actual, out of these 4 qualities, what is the actual knowledge that we carry, or what are the qualities that we actually carry. So when we talk about the first thing, an IIT graduate or IIT post-grad student, he carries a good knowledge. No doubt in that. Somebody from IISc or somebody from IITs, they will be carrying good knowledge. Everybody knows that you know your subject, that's perfectly fine. But there are a lot of other things which are actually required. Second, when we talk about the presentation skills, we are the most terrible person. We are the most terrible people who can present themselves. 99% of us could not even express ourselves. If somebody asks us what is Newton's law, I can guarantee that 99% of the people, they say directly, simply force equal to mass into acceleration. Simply force equal to mass into acceleration. And if we ask you what is force equal to mass into acceleration, lot of you will not be even able to explain what is force, why it has come, where it has come from, and why this is something like this. You cannot explain. 99% of the people, those who are sitting over here, or 99% of the engineers, if I give you a task today, that this is my PPT, this is my PPT, try to make a PPT for my tomorrow session that I am going to have at 7 o'clock. I want you to make only 4 slides, and those 4 slides should look like this. If I tell you that try to make, or try to put a picture which says like this, or try to make a heading which is like this, 99% of you will not be able to even make one small PPT. Leave the design that is over here. Leave the design. You will not be able to simply write what I have written over here. Guys, when you go to private companies, every day, almost every day, you will have to make presentations where you have to explain it to 10 people, 15 people, what you have done on that day and why you have done it like this. So those of you who have not even thought of making a small PPT while you are in your IIT or while you are studying, at least open your laptop and try to make a small PPT so that you can understand what is required or what it is to present yourself. Is it clear? Okay, we lack in this field. We don't even know MS Office. We don't even know Word, Microsoft Word. We don't even know Microsoft Excel. We don't even know Microsoft PowerPoint. And this is not only the thing is, those who are very weak in the subject or those who could not crack the gate, they only don't know. Even the topper of the gate doesn't know. Even if I give this task to a topper, he cannot make the PPT. Or if he can write something, the PPT will look something like terrible. Even a 12th class student who has taken IT in the 12th class, he can make much better PPTs as compared to an IIT graduate. So guys, this is one area where you need to improve on yourself. Try to make a small PPT, try to use Excel, try to use Word, try to make printout, try to do these small things, because these are the things which are actually required when a company would come and they hire you. They tell you to make your CV, and when you make your CV, it shows what are the character, what is the proficiency that you have in Microsoft Word. Generally, most of the CVs are made in MS Word, and the moment when you make that PPT, it becomes very much evident what is your proficiency. And based on the first impression of that CV, the interviewer knows that this person doesn't know anything. And 50% of the students, they are rejected at that point only. If somebody cannot make his own CV in a proper format, how would he explain to the board, or how would he convince people, those who will be there in the boardroom, to ask for a grant that is of 1 crore or 2 crore or 5 crore? Very difficult. It will not be possible. So you will not be able to explain it. And if you cannot explain it, leave about the knowledge. They don't require the knowledge. They will get the people of your knowledge only and who are proficient in English as well. Is it clear? So that is again thing that is required. Setupati, where are you getting this much fascinating to learn everything, sir? I am self-study, sir. Is it possible to get above 70 marks in GATE instead of paid course? Because of GATE 2024 will conduct ISC. They should make very conceptual and proper questions only. Setupati, it is not necessary that they will make only very conceptual question. Generally, the paper which is set for the GATE, the paper is actually designed by all the professors from all the IITs. ISC would be only organizing it. they will not be making or they will not be setting the complete paper. ISC will be only organizers. They will be rearranging the questions which are sent from all the different IITs. So guys, leave this or you should get out of this misconception that if ISC Bangalore is making, they will make very conceptual question. No, it is not necessary. Is it clear? Okay. So guys, you have to improve on your this second skill. Let's come to third skill. That is the opportunistic mindset or the futuristic mindset or the tools that you think of. So most of you here, you think that you are very proficient, but the only thing where you are very proficient is using social media apps and those softwares only. The way you are proficient in these social media apps, the way you are proficient on WhatsApp, the way you are proficient on Telegram, Instagram, you should have that efficiency in your softwares or in your mindset. Understanding? Is it clear? So lot of you, I hope, lot of you might be using TikTok, lot of you might be making videos, lot of you might be editing videos. So the way you have learned all of this, that has come very naturally from you or that has come very naturally to you, but try to learn it in the same way that you have learned these apps. And these would not require much of your time. Okay, so try to develop a habit of going for softwares, doing something very small things in the software that will help you in the long run. Last thing that we have is our zero spoken or your presentation skills. You have terrible skills, so you should work on those. Skills. Okay. So I hope I have explained myself about these 4 points. And learn basics of PowerPoint, Word, Microsoft Excel. These are some of the things that you should learn. Okay. Apart from learning all of these, you should also read some very good books which are there on the softwares. So learning these softwares which are actually required in the industry, they are not very difficult. Like ANSYS, MATLAB, all these softwares can be learned very easily within 5 to 10 days. You read books on them. There are a lot of books which are available which will give you a very basic of MATLAB. Okay, how the MATLAB functions, what are the different functions. So you should read that. There is a very basic book of Let Us See. I hope everybody has seen that for the programming. You can just go through that book. Whatever is there in that Let Us See, a little higher version would exist in the MATLAB. And if you go for MATLAB, if you have learned the MATLAB, then you can go for the proficiency softwares or the actual software which are used in the industry like ANSYS. You don't have to go in very basic, very detailed. You don't have to design a project in ANSYS. No, you don't have to do. You should just know the interface, how it looks like, and what all things can you do. Is my sound very low? Is my sound very low or it is okay? I hope it is okay, yaar. I'm also speaking very loud and it doesn't look like it should be low. You can increase your voice. Okay. So you should also learn some of the softwares which are actually used in the field. Let's say you are in aerospace industry. So try to find, or you are doing MTech from aerospace, then you should try to find what are the softwares which are used in aerospace. If you are working in mechanical, then you should find what are the softwares which are actually used in mechanical engineering or related to your field. Let's say you are working in wind turbines, so you should know what are softwares are used in wind turbines. Okay. Or if you are a student of electrical engineering, you should also know what will be the softwares that will be used in future when you actually go to industry. And if you learn those softwares in early or in the college only, that will be an added advantage when you go for placement. Okay. So this is one thing. Next, again, very important thing that what you should do. You should be constantly in touch with leading journals which are there and some of the technology, future technology that we can think of. You should read the journals, scientific journals which are there, which are published regularly, maybe weekly or monthly. Instead of scrolling on the Instagram and watching reels, if you can scroll on some of the scientific sites which are available, let's say you can go to sites of DRDO, you can go to sites of ISRO, you can check out there what are the different areas in which they are doing the research. You can go to Tesla site and you can see what they are working on. So you should visit these sites so that you get to know what these people are actually working on. And from there, you will get the ideas of what all projects that you can do, or what are the future technologies which will be there for which you can start building, or you can start developing the knowledge now only in the college or when you are preparing. Okay, so you should read these journals. There are a lot of scientific journals which are available in the scientific fraternity. So you can read those magazines, you can read those journals. Okay, so don't waste your time. These 3-4 years are very crucial years, and you should develop a habit of reading these journals. Okay, and once you have developed all of these, the last one would be to groom yourself. You should spend some time on grooming yourself. What do I mean by grooming? Grooming means you have to improve your personality. Okay, grooming means you have to wear good clothes. Okay, your clothes should be ironed, those should be very proper. I've seen lot of engineers, when they go to college, lot of people they go in slippers, lot of people they don't wear shoes, lot of people go in the jeans which is like is not washed for last 10 days. Lot of people don't even use anytime, never or you never wear a shirt. So these are some of the things which actually matters. They reflect in your character, they reflect in your personality, they build your character. So if you keep yourself groomed up, like you should be wearing a proper uniform, okay, or you should be at least wearing proper clothes which are neat and clean, so that it doesn't look very shabby when you wear them. Because whatever you are wearing in the class, the same attitude will build on that, and when you go for interview, you will be wearing the same attire or the same uniform that you have. And let's say if you are wearing only jeans in the college, and on the day of interview you went and you wore formal uniform, so it will look that you have never worn that formal uniform, because that will make you uncomfortable while you are sitting over there. So develop this habit of keeping yourself up to date. Groom yourself. Don't go in a like shabby situation. Okay, you should keep your personality up to date. You should look like a gentleman, and then you should like appear for these interviews. So guys, this is one area which I feel is very much required. Lot of people or engineers, we don't even think about it. We think that knowledge is what is everything. We always think that Einstein is the one who always look very shabby in the all the photos that are there. Einstein is having very grown hair, something like that. But believe me guys, it is not the case that he used to live very shabby, or he did not have a proper grooming, or he remained like a beggar or something like that. You don't have to look poor. Okay, engineers are, it is not that engineers are poor. Have you ever seen Elon Musk wearing something terribly bad or something like that? Any of the business tycoons or the technology genius, if you see their attire, they are always very professional. So it is not that somebody who's intelligent, by only intelligence he can get everything. No. So the biggest problem or the biggest drawback that we have is we always think that knowledge is what it matters. Apart from knowledge, guys, a lot of other things also matter. The way you communicate, the way you talk to other people, the way you dress yourself up, the way you talk about the things, those all things also matter. Okay, improve your communication skills. When you are talking to somebody, you should not fumble. You should have clear thoughts in your mind. You should not say anything that you don't even know, or you should not say something that you cannot explain. When you are speaking something, there should be a proper explanation for that. Then only you speak. Is it clear? So these are some of the things that are, guys, actually required by the companies. Okay. So you have to improve your communication skill and you have to improve your personality as well. Okay. So I hope, guys, you might have got some idea about what are the different things which are actually required by the companies when they come for placement. No doubt they require knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, nothing will suffice. But apart from the knowledge, there are many other things. The second thing is your communication skill, your presentation skill. The third one thing that is required is your proficiency in futuristic technologies. What is the level of your thinking, how advanced you are, how updated you are with the latest technology, and last is the software knowledge, whether you have that or not. Okay, so you have to improve on all of these, and then probably you can start thinking of getting a good placement. Sir, you have shown us the reality today. I know these things, but I resist to accept it. Guys, these are the true facts. I have seen it when I was in college. The first student that got placed was somebody who was not the most intelligent. His rank was somewhere around 15, 17, 18. But he was the person who was into everything. He had very good communication skills. He was very up to date with what are the different technologies which are into the existence at that moment and what will be happening after 40 years. Even though he didn't have that much of the knowledge as the topper, but still he got placed in the first slot. So these are actually the things which are actually required by the companies. Is it clear? So I hope, guys, you might have got some idea about what are the different things required. Okay. Is there any question that you have? Because I have come to end of my presentation. Whatever I wanted to tell you, I have come to end of that. If there is any question, then I can take it or we can wrap up this session. So I hope everybody is studying hard. Your preparations are going well. Is it clear? So we don't have any doubt. So if we don't have any doubt, then guys, we can stop this over here. And best of luck. Try to improve on some of these things. Try to get into habit of reading scientific journals and keep yourself updated with the future technologies or the latest technologies which are there. And also with you also have to learn or have some presentation skills where you can make PPTs, you can make or you can run Excel files, and you can also run some of the basic softwares. Okay. So that's all, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you.